This could be one of the biggest weeks in gaming history. The Game Awards are officially here, bringing not only celebrations of tons of the year's biggest games, but also plenty of news and announcements about what the future of the gaming industry has in store for players. DLC debuts for this year's top games, brand new releases from well-known studios, heck, even new hardware could be on the way, like what we saw with the Xbox Series X in 2019. When it comes to the Game Awards, anything is on the table. It's fun to imagine the big announcements and surprise drops that could come during the Game Awards, and anything could be possible. But nothing could even come close to matching the hype of what just dropped this week, the first trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6. Its predecessor just passed 10 years on the market, but Grand Theft Auto 6 looks like a culmination of the technology that was designed in the development of Red Dead Redemption 2 and the wild world of Grand Theft Auto. Beautiful visuals combined with the new story of a Bonnie and Clyde pair of criminals set in a modern-day Vice City are going to try and carry the torch left behind by Michael, Trevor, and Franklin, and those are some tough shoes to try and fill after the cultural impact that those three characters have had on an entire generation of players. Less than 24 hours after the trailer launched on YouTube, Rockstar cruised past MrBeast's previous record of 59.4 million views to become the most viewed video on YouTube in a 24-hour period with a total of 90.4 million views. In fact, as I record this, the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer has passed 100 million views. That's the total for the original Grand Theft Auto 5 reveal trailer after 12 years online. Whether you're someone who's a diehard Rockstar fan or someone who's never even cruised the streets of Los Santos, it's impossible to not acknowledge how much of a cultural moment this week is. Looking back on the history of Grand Theft Auto 5 paints a pretty clear picture. As of November 2023, more than 190 million copies of GTA 5 have made it into players' hands. And to add some context, that puts it only behind Tetris at 520 million units sold, having been packed in with the original Game Boy, and Minecraft with more than 300 million units sold. In fact, thanks to the summer sale, Rockstar's moneymaker beat out Diablo 4 and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom to be the top-selling game in Europe once again in its 10th year on the market. Thinking back on 2013, the year that GTA 5 launched, I was a sophomore in high school. The PS4 and Xbox One were about to launch, and Black Ops 2 was still absolutely dominating the charts ahead of the release of Call of Duty Ghost. Grand Theft Auto 5 came out in September and managed to do what few games are able to do: become popular with casual players. Madden, NBA 2K, and Call of Duty are all guaranteed to sell millions upon millions of copies every single year, but Grand Theft Auto 5 was able to hit that same level and become one of the handful of games that almost anyone between the ages of 15 and 25 had in their collection. If you were spending the night at a friend's house, you'd take turns passing the controller back and forth on GTA 5. If you were hanging out after a basketball game on a Friday night, you'd be back at their house playing GTA 5 later. If you were talking about video games at the lunch table, you were talking about GTA 5. From lunchroom convos to YouTube culture, this period of time was completely defined by Rockstar's latest game. I started to lose interest in the game when Grand Theft Auto Online came out, but I've heard plenty of stories of people that have spent hundreds or thousands of hours, and for some that same amount of dollars, in GTA Online. Between the continued updates to Online and the ongoing love for Grand Theft Auto 5, the game has had a long life over the last decade that's seen it sitting at the top 10 best-selling games more often than not. All the while, behind the scenes, an entire new generation of players has sprung up alongside those players that played GTA 5 when it first launched 10 years ago. The 25-year-old grad students are now 35-year-olds with families, the 15-year-old high schoolers are now 25-year-old grad students, and the 5-year-olds that remember their dad playing an Xbox 360 back when they were kids are now 15-year-olds that are ready to see what all the hype is around the first new Grand Theft Auto game that they can remember. And yes, reading that made me feel old too. Now the question is, can Grand Theft Auto 6 possibly match that same level of success that transformed Grand Theft Auto 5 from a new video game into a landmark moment in pop culture? The formula is going to be tough to recreate. The timing was right, the quality was there, and the stories were top-notch. We know that Rockstar is confident in what they're cooking. They're expecting a massive influx of revenue in fiscal year 2024. But so far, it seems like the reveal of Grand Theft Auto 6 is one of those rare moments in gaming where what could arguably be the most significant game announcement in the last 10 years launched and hit the high expectations that fans already had. As Tom Petty would say, we've got a long road until the game eventually releases in 2025 with plenty of trailers along the way, and we'll see if they can keep up this momentum, but as of right now, it seems like Rockstar could be set up to stick the landing and make lightning strike twice with their flagship franchise. But let me know what you think down below. How do you feel about Grand Theft Auto 6? And if you're new to the channel, thanks for taking the time to watch this video. You can find new videos like this every single week and gaming news shorts throughout the week to keep you in the loop, but I'll catch you on the next one.